Good morning, dear students. Hope you are in the best of your health. In the previous lecture, we were discussing what are the precautionary measurements to be taken during the occurrence of flood. So, we are moving next further steps. The precautionary measurements we are supposed to take during the occurrence of flood. During the occurrence of flood, we have to avoid trying to walk or swim through flowing water. Flowing water here means the flooded water. The flooded water is already discussed having too much power to sweep away the peoples and cars. So you have to avoid moving such areas which is already flooded with water. If flowing water is above your ankle, stop, turn around and go another way. This point is to be kept in mind because if the flooded water is above your ankle height, then you should stop and turn away to another way, as the water quantity is enough to sweep away you towards a danger place with the water. If it is moving swiftly, water 6 inch deep can knock off your feet. This is very serious situation you have to keep in mind. At sometimes we think that the 6 inch water is not very dangerous, but it is not so in case of flood water. So you have to avoid moving such places which is flooded with water even 6 inch deep if the water is moving very swiftly. So avoid walking in such places which is even 6 inch of water of flood. Next point, if someone is trapped in flood, throw something to help him float, such as spare tire, large ball, etc. And call rescue numbers. For rescue numbers, students are advised to go through the website of your official website of your district, and where the emergencies numbers have already been floated for using in emergency situations. So respective districts are given different numbers for rescue operations. So you have to go to the website of your respective district and check for the numbers so that you may use during emergency situations. Then, after the occurrence of the flood, we already discussed what are the precautionary measurements to be taken before the occurrence of flood and during the occurrence of flood. But there are situations which you have to seriously taken after the occurrence of flood. For example, your office or home is no longer a safe place for you because once the water entered in your house or your offices, the office or the house which were considered safe before the occurrence of flood now no longer considered to be safe. So don't enter into your house or office until some precautionary measurements are checked out. Don't enter a flooded building until it has been inspected for safety. So after the occurrence of flood, it is mandatory, it becomes compulsory to inspect the house or the office whether this is safe for further residence or conducting any official business or for reside. Pump out the flooded basement gradually to avoid structural damage. If the water is accumulating or which has already accumulated, you have to draw the water, flooded water, to avoid further damage or weakening the structures of your building. Next point, watch out for snakes and other insects. After the drawl of water, you have to inspect your home or the offices whether the presence of snakes and other insects. Throw away medicine, food or water that had contact with flooded water. You should throw away the food articles, the medicines or any eatable substance which have already comes in contact with the flooded water. If water is of questionable purity, use water purification tablets or boiling water for 10 minutes. As we have, chlorine tablets are readily available in market. So we have, if you think that the water is no longer safe to be used for consumption, so you have to use chlorine tablets for killing the germs or the microorganism, especially the pathogenic organism probably present in the water. Keep windows and doors open for ventilation. After the occurrence of flood, once you draw the water, you are supposed or you are advised to keep the windows of your homes or the offices open for cross ventilation so that any dust, suspended particulate matters, or the pathogens growing on the ambient air may be taken away by the cross ventilation of air. When making repairs, when you are supposed to repair your buildings or the damaged structures, follow flood building codes. These are to be guided by your technical experts. So what you are supposed to do after the occurrence of flood, if you are supposed to restore the structural buildings, damaged structural buildings, you have to take the advices of the technical committees. Use flood resistant material and techniques. These are also guided by the technical team, disaster management team or the engineers maybe. So they will guide you. So what is your responsibility? Your responsibility is to take the advices from the experts before constructing any new building, be it for commercial purpose or for residential purpose, or the building may be the partially damaged structures which occurred during the flood. So these are some precautions we as a human being are supposed to take before, during and after the disasters. In the next very lectures, we are going to discuss some important topics like remote sensing, etc. So keep in touch, keep watching the channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.